So hello guys and welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about liabilities. So basically we are going to talk about current liabilities. So current liabilities has four different things: short-term liabilities, short-term borrowings, short-term provisions, and trade payables. When we talk about any asset or a liability, it has been divided into two different parts. And the first part is the non-current assets or liabilities and the current assets and liabilities. So when we categorize them based on their characteristics, we get to understand that the non-current liabilities or assets has a tenure of value or to be paid. The tenure for that is more than 365 days. But when we talk about the current assets, they have a value, or the payables must be done within 365 days. So now let us understand. We also need to learn about a concept that is known as cash credits, or we can say it as cash drafts. So basically what we are, or overdrafts. So basically what we are saying is ki it is a short term loan that is being given by the bank to a businessman. So till now we were going to talk about cash credits and overdrafts. So basically when we try to understand these terminologies, we need to understand why this is a short term loan which is given to the businesses for fulfilling their working capital needs. So basically, first we need to understand that why this type of policy has been created by the banks. So basically, what happens is, let's suppose I am doing a business, and I am doing a seasonal business, and when the season comes, my product is in high demand, and when it is in high demand and all my inventories get sold off, now I need to get additional working capital for creating or generating new inventories. And from where will I get those money or that working capital to create new inventory? And here comes the answer. We can get it through cash credits. So what is a cash credit generally? It's a short-term loan which is given to the businesses. So basically, let us suppose banks has given me as a business an amount of withdrawal amount limit of 50 lakh rupees. So whenever I want to withdraw money, I can withdraw money up to 50 lakh rupees. Let us suppose I withdraw 10 lakh rupees today. So basically from tomorrow itself, the amount of rate of interest on the withdrawal that I took out, I took a withdrawal of 10 lakh rupees. So withdrawal of 10 lakh rupees will get interest, and I have to pay those interest. If I pay 5 lakh rupees the next day, only the 5 lakh rupees will be valid for putting more interest on it. So this is the basic concept of cash credits. Now when we are talking about cash credits and when we are talking about borrowings, we need to understand this thing that when we borrow or take a loan, let us suppose I took a home on loan, I financed my home, so I need to pay EMIs for the next 20 years. Now let us suppose we have a date of every year or every month of I need to pay at fifth day of every new month. So basically the bank cannot ask me for EMI before that. Bank cannot even cancel the obligation of giving me loan. Bank cannot say that I don't want to do business with you, so I am going to cancel this loan. But when we talk about cash credits, the next day itself bank can ask you for the money. So when we talk about cash credits or overdrafts, it comes into the short term liabilities or current liabilities, because we need to pay it for the next day itself. We need to pay the next day, because bank can ask it at any time. But similar cannot happen in the term of loan where you took the loan for 20 years. So the other thing that I was telling is, we also need to understand. Let us suppose I gave you example of the borrowings that I took from bank for my loan of my new home for next 20 years. But at the same time, let us suppose that I want a particular product from my friend. One of my friend, his name is Yash. So basically, what I asked Yash is, I don't have money for this now, but I want this product. So what Yash told me is, you can take this product and you return it to me when it is needed. I told him that I'll return it to you. He said it's about relationships, and when I'll need, I'll ask for you. So what do you think? What we are going to account for this borrowing? Is this a short-term borrowing or a long-term borrowing? This is the short-term borrowing, because maybe it can happen that he needs capital for his working capital, or there are n number of possibilities of him needing his capital back. So he came at my doorstep and he asked me for money. Maybe it could have happened that it could happen that he wouldn't have asked me for more than a year, but still I need to account it into a short term liability, because there could be a high chance that he could come at my doorstep and ask for his money back. So basically, we need to understand that the liabilities or the payables that are to be paid within the tenure of 365 days, that is 1 year, are the short term liabilities, and the payables that we need to pay and the tenure for them is more than a year, they are long term liabilities. But when we talked about the home that we took as a loan from the borrowings, the loan for 1 year, that is the loan of 12 months, that borrowing is going to come in short term borrowings. We are going to include that 12 months borrowing into short term borrowing. So this was all about the short term borrowings and long term borrowings, and which are further classified or categorized into current liabilities and non current liabilities or assets.